I'm watching Game of Thrones at the moment, and it's interesting watching the characters introduce each other because they do it by their family lineage. So they'll say, I'm John, son of Fred of House. It's all based on their family lineage. Whereas today, certainly in the Western world, you're much more likely to be introduced or be recognised based on what you do, not your family. Imagine if you've got new neighbours move in next door, it's going to be, oh, there's a couple moved in next door, they got 2 kids and a dog, and he does X and she does Y. It's like currency around how we're recognised, and it's part of your identity. Now, what I've recognised on coaching sessions is this fear that tends to pop up around careers and identity that says something along the lines of, I'm afraid to think about what I would do outside of my current career because my identity is so tied up to what I'm doing at the moment. They don't know what life looks like outside of that role. And I've felt this fear myself in mid-career. Your identity is so inextricably linked to what you do that you can't see the wood for the trees. From a psychology point of view, work and your role is giving you a lot of credits in the world. It's giving you recognition and status, and all of that is tied up in the sentence when people say, what do you do? It gives us a lot of our identity. And it's great that you've been successful and that you've put all of this energy into a role. What's not so good, what's not so healthy is that nothing else gets heard apart from that role. So if you're feeling, thinking about, is this role right for me? I might be feeling a bit restless, I'm not sure what to do next. It might be that your existing career doesn't need to change, or just needs a little bit of refinement, or it may be that you need wholesale change and need to do a complete pivot. But you're only going to be able to make that judgment call if you've got a healthy distance and respect for everything you've done, and to be able to view it with perspective. Now, a couple of ways to think about this is, let's say that you've got a month of no work and you can't go on holiday and your kids and your commitments are taken care of. You've got a month free, basically like a sabbatical. What do you naturally gravitate towards in the absence of work? Another thing to think about is describe what you do in the abstract. So if you're, manager of a supply chain for a drinks company, don't describe it in terms of bottles and drinks and the supply chain. Describe it in terms of what impact you deliver. So you're managing a team of high value professionals working under deadline. Just describe it in the abstract, not about the company or your specific role. That can help you work out what you're actually doing and how that might be applied in other fields. Final thing to think about is complete this sentence and try to think of 5 to 10 ways of answering this question. Nothing to do with work or your current role. Answer this question that says, I'm the sort of person who, and then list out 5 to 10 things that define you and what you do without work or your role or your current company. Because if you're going to have a proper conversation about your next steps, you need a bit of perspective. You can't have that fear of the unknown stopping you make the right decision. And it's not about blowing up what you've done already and ripping up your existing career. It's just being able to view it with a healthy level of perspective, realizing that you are more than your work and living that in day-to-day life. If any of this is hitting a raw nerve, this is the sort of work we do in terms of coaching at North Star Labs. If you want a grounded look at what you're currently doing in your career and you want to know with a degree of certainty about what's going to suit you in the future, then this is what we do. What we're looking to achieve is making sure that the work you're doing is aligned to the person you are and also the person you want to become.